this is a song that I call Talkin' Today Blues. Now, before we get too far into this song, I think we ought to have a brief little discussion, just you and I, about the nature and origin of the title of this song. Because I had a gentleman walk up to me one time and said, "Hey man, why would you call the song Talkin' Today Blues? That doesn't sound too hip or contemporary, and we wouldn't want nothing to do with anything that wasn't hip or contemporary." So I thought I'd explain the title of the song. And it's really quite simple. See, because when I recorded this song, I came up with the most of the words that day. So that's today, and it's in the style of a talking blues. So you put that together, get you talking today blues. Now don't that make a lot of sense when you think about it? Anyway, talking today blues sounds like this. The world won't love you if you ain't cute, and I wouldn't trust nobody and then wear a suit, no sir. Now you don't care about me, I'm fine with that, but just don't jump from behind a tree and try to steal my hat. Don't do it now. Now I was thinking the other night. See, oftentimes I'm driving down the road and freeways and highways, back roads and byways, and dark alleys, avenues, boulevards, deer trails, and I find that they're often named after all kinds of various important persons that I feel like I ought to remember, but I don't. Now what I was thinking is if I sell enough records, maybe somebody will get the bright idea of naming an expressway after me. The Jacob McDaniel Expressway. Got a nice ring to it. I like the way it sounds. But anyway, and then I can drive on my big expressway named after me and feel real good about myself. Now, don't that just sound real groovy? I like it. Anyway, so long. I see you on the other side of the road.
Get you some of that! What was that?
Why are you yelling at me?
No more change of stations, you came to the right place. Turn off your television, tell just getting away. It's time to get to the point on 107.3. Now I'm on the air with locals only. 107.3 The Point. Locals Only with Luie is on the air. It's Sunday nights. It's time for an hour of local, original music like I've done for a very, very long time right here in the 107.3 The Point Studios. And we started it out with Jacob McDaniel and his song Talking Today Blues. Actually, it's Talking Today Blues. And why did I start with Jacob McDaniel? because what I'm doing for here on out for the rest of the year, I'm not going to have near enough time to do this, but I'm going to start playing a song from everybody that I had in the studio this year. And I started out the year on January what day does that come on? Let me see. Let me click this up here without hopefully making a lot of noise. I know it aired it. Let's see, January the 6th. On January the 6th, I had Mr. Jacob McDaniel in the studio, so that's why I started the show with him, and there's going to be more tonight from some of the first acts that I've played or that I interviewed this past year, right here on 107.3 The Point. Of course, you can find all of those interviews and all those episodes. These episodes that I'm talking about tonight are actually on the Locals Only with Luie Facebook page. Now, somewhere about March or somewhere around there, I started putting them up on YouTube because Facebook was screwing with my audio. Because although I had bands in here and I had bands playing their music in here, bringing me their music, Facebook was screwing with it and cutting the music. It was a long mess and it made a lot of the audio terrible. So I started doing it on YouTube. But you can catch all these episodes in their entirety right there on... The ones tonight are on Locals Only with Luie on Facebook. And if you've never liked that, you should go like that, by the way. You should like SplatterTribe Entertainment on Facebook, too. Let me tell you that. A lot of big things coming with SplatterTribe Entertainment. And I'm going to tell you right now, next week I'm going to make a pretty big announcement. It's not something taken lightly. It's something that I've thought about for a while. Next week, I've got a pretty big announcement to make right here on the Locals Only with Luie. So tune in next week and I'll let you know what that is. This past week, though, was Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. It was a very busy week to me because outside of here, I work retail and it was very busy. And Wednesday night, since we didn't have a BBT show this past Wednesday night because it was Thanksgiving Eve and BBT always has a Thanksgiving Eve party. So I decided to invite whoever wanted to show up to my house. And Wednesday night, we decided to just throw down there. It ended up being like a That's What She Said show. They showed up and basically turned it into a practice. And then we had all kinds of other people show up, and it was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to maybe doing that every so often and having some invite-only shows right there at the house because it was a good time on Wednesday night. And then, of course, Thursday, Thanksgiving. Friday was the horrible Black Friday. And then I got sicker than a dog Friday. And I didn't get sick. I got all achy Friday. I thought I was getting the flu or something. So I ended up sleeping all day Friday and all Friday night. Got up yesterday. Ended up about midday, I decided to do the old whiskey therapy and decided to drink a little bit of whiskey because it does work. It worked. I feel a lot better today. I don't feel 100% better today, but I got the aching gone. And that aching was aching, and the aching is gone. All right, so I got a guest coming in here a little bit later. Mr. David Also of Ryan Hahn and the Believers, and he'll be in here a little bit later. He recently played a Wednesday night Bourbon Barrel show, and they do a lot of touring. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I'm waiting for him to get here, and we'll get that underway. But before then, I'm going to play a few more songs from January of this year. The second episode I did in January of this year was episode 133, featuring Kyle Zornes. So I'm going to play a Kyle Zornes song, Jukebox in the Corner. Then the third episode was somebody that didn't play music, David Payne. So we won't get nothing from that one. The fourth episode of this year featured Gracie Yates and the first of a 3-part Black Gold interview. So we're going to do some Gracie Yates Temptation, and we're going to do some Black Gold I Don't Care. And in the name of Mike Siegel saying 4 songs is a block, we're going to make it a block, which means we're going to move on to the next episode. That was in February, and we had Black Gold Part 2 and Romana. So we're going to have Romana and her song Struggle Bus. So here you go, 4 in a row. You listen to 107.3 The Point, Locals Only with Luie, brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern.
Sometimes in the morning When I pull the door, it don't move. So I wait for them to open, 'cause these days I ain't got nothing else to do. Since I lost my job, they say my life's in desperate need of repair. There's a jukebox in the corner, ain't worked for months now. No one seems to care. Looking hard for something, but I've got no idea what I'm trying to find. Staring at that jukebox, wishing to God I could hear our song one last time. Say I'm gonna hurt myself if I don't hurry up and change my ways. But no one wants to cut you off as long as you got some money left to pay. And I don't get much sleep these days, only speeds are parked in full throttle. Some people think I'm weak, that's just 'cause they ain't seen how hard I can hit the bottle. And I'm looking hard for something, but I've got no idea what I'm trying to find. Staring at that jukebox, wishing to God I could play our song one last time. Ever since you left me, all I wanna do is sit and drink and stare. There's that jukebox in the corner that ain't worked for months now. I'm the only one who cares.
I'm blinded by your sight. Picture perfect, please. Just me apart at my seams. Dreams can go too far, but they show you who you are. I bet no. I cannot stop the show. I've seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because of mine a misconstruction. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. I've seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because of mine a misconception. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. Other cheek, but you're calling out to me. I close my eyes, but I cannot resist your light. Temptations become too much when I'm subject to your touch. Hiding in perfect sight, You cannot believe my fright. I've seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because I might have misconstruction. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. Seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because I might have misconceptions. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. And I can't help that I feel this way. Chemical reactions are to blame. It's gone too far, can't stop it now. Hiding in the shadows, can't back down. I've seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because I might have misconstruction. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. Seen too much and I do not like the answers. Predict my future differently. I can't go down because I might have misconstruction. I'm not who I'm supposed to be.
Sometimes it feels like you're the only one on the struggle bus. It's 'cause you're the only one on the struggle bus. No one else is struggling quite like you on the struggle bus. It's got 13 rows of little empty seats. Sit anywhere. Do what you gotta do, which is apparently struggle on the struggle bus. does get creeped out sometimes, 'cause we're the only ones on the struggle bus. It's you and me struggles. Nobody else fails here quite like us. Geez, it seems you've always been captain of the struggle team. Touring with the struggles. As you can see, for you and me, it's not exactly a matter of a trust. It's more like inevitability. This driver is incredible. He's freaking dangerous. That's why he drives the struggle bus. We're on the struggle bus. This is the part of the song where my dedicated flugelhorn specialist usually comes in with a really cool flugelhorn solo. But my flugelhorn player didn't come with me today, so I'm just gonna have to make the best do I can. He's a jazz flugelhorn player. I know sometimes it feels like you have always been on the struggle bus. It's 'cause you have always been on the struggle bus. Girl, you be struggling. The struggle's real. It's got 4 wheels. You can call it the struggle bus. It's got more suckers on it than an octopus. When you say, how could anybody struggle this much? When you say, we're on the struggle bus. We're on the struggle bus. Wave goodbye on the struggle bus. Wave goodbye. Say goodbye to us. Goodbye. 'Cause we're on the struggle bus. Struggle bus. We're on the struggle bus. Wow, 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 wow.
107.3 The Point, locals only with Luie. That was 4 in a row right there, and that was from the first 4 to 5 episodes of this year. The second episode of the year had Mr. Kyle Zornes in, and the song from him that I played was Jukebox in the Corner. Then the third episode of the year had David Payne in. He doesn't play music. He runs the music place in Louisville. What was the name of that place? Oh yeah, Louisville Music Studios. Man, I lost it there for a second. So no music from him. So then we went to the fourth episode of the year. That was Gracie Yates, and Black Gold was on there. So we played some Gracie Yates, Temptation, Black Gold, I Don't Care. And then we went to the next episode of the year, and Romana was on, and that was her song, Struggle Bus. 4 in a row right there. Locals only, Sunday nights, 8 p.m. is brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern in downtown Etown. Catch the show at 8 p.m. every Sunday night right here on The Point. Catch live local music every Wednesday night at BBT as well for the SplatterTribe. Original music, I said the SplatterTribe. Original music, I said the SplatterTribe. Original music showcase, the Wednesday night Original Music Showcase. Locals only with Luie, fueled by Bourbon Barrel Tavern. We're going to take a short break. After the break, Mr. David also will be here.
Meet your friends for a great time at the Bourbon Barrel Tavern, downtown Elizabethtown, home of the SplatterTribe Wednesday night locals only showcase. On Monday nights, it's open mic night, and the Bourbon Barrel features live music every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Are you into craft beers? The Bourbon Barrel features over 28 craft beers and over 400 bourbon selections. Come on downtown to the Bourbon Barrel Tavern tonight, located in downtown Elizabethtown, where there's always a good time waiting for you.
Central Kentucky's local music station, 107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie. Welcome back from the break. Got a guest in the studio tonight. I've got a guest that recently played a Wednesday night showcase at Bourbon Barrel Tavern, and he also recently got off the interstate, I believe, because he's been out visiting family. That's for sure. Well, let me turn your mic on, man. I'm a professional here. All right, I got Mr. David also in here. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
So you did you literally just get off the road?
Just literally got out of the car and walked in the door.
How long a trip was it?
10 hours.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. All right, where did you have to go?
I went up to Western New York to see my family and all
Gotcha.
up there.
Gotcha. That's a heck of a trip. How's the weather up there?
Not too good now, but I got out just in time, I guess.
Did you? So, before I introduced you a couple weeks ago, and I said you were from here. You're not technically from here. What's your history? Why are you here?
All right, so it's simple. I came here in February of 1987.
Okay.
And actually went to rehab in Lexington, Kentucky. That was where my adventure in Kentucky started.
That's an odd way to start your...
Yeah.
And you liked it so well, you stayed?
Well, not totally. I was here for a while, lived here for a couple of years, and then moved on, and eventually ended up out on the West Coast and all over the place, and playing in a couple of different bands over the years.
And so, do you technically live here? Or?
I do. I do. I live here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm a relatively new resident of Etown.
No, well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You did an excellent job at Wednesday night as well.
Thank you.
And I know. Like, what's your musical history? You played a couple bands, and you said out west or whatnot. But how did you get into it, and what have you been doing musically? That's a pretty open question. Huh?
Well, I got a whole story for that.
All right.
Like a lot of things. I was in a band years ago called Jaded Thorns.
Gotcha.
And we were trying like heck to figure out what to do with ourselves. And we had a couple of people that we knew that were on major labels and just had some horror stories to tell. And we decided at that point in time that we would decide just to go ahead and make our own record label.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Primarily myself and another buddy of mine from the band set out to start in our own label. And we went out and we got a radio promoter and distributors. And
where was this at?
This jazz. This was based out of the Buffalo area at the time.
Okay, Buffalo, New York?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
So
all right.
we traveled all over the eastern half of the country and played, had a couple of songs. It was a Christian rock group, which at that time was blowing up at that point in time. And we were literally on the radio in all 50 states and I think 17 different countries, and even charted a couple top 40 Christian rock tunes.
That's pretty cool, man.
It just never was quite enough to get over the hump.
We're actually going to play a song that you said was a Jaded Thorns song.
Correct.
Called Lie Awake. Tell me a little bit about this song.
Well, basically, this song is written from the perspective of God looking down and saying, hey, look, time is growing short, and you better lie awake and be ready.
Well, that's pretty all right. So now this song on the writing, how does this is one you're performing. We're going to play something later you're not singing on, right? When we get into some Ryan Hahn. This one is your vocals on this.
This is me singing, writing the music, playing guitar, and then two other guys in the band.
And now, how do you do your songwriting?
Well, for me, a lot of times the song just comes to me.
Gotcha.
Honestly,
So is this one that probably came quick?
This one came pretty quick. This song was written in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
For sure. And some of them not so quick.
Now with Jaded Thorns, was this off an album, right?
This was off our second studio release. Yeah, it was called Things My Father Taught Me, which was kind of a dual meaning because it was about God, but also about my earthly father. My father taught me a few things.
Well, that's cool. We're going to go into it. I'm telling you, I'm professional as it gets today. Now, how many more did you all do? Did you release 2 albums with Jaded Thorns? Did you?
2 records.
Two records
with Jaded Thorns, yeah.
And are they still available?
They are. They should be available on Spotify and all that jazz. We were on iTunes back when that was like a big deal.
Yeah. I hear you. All right, let's go into it right now. This is Jaded Thorns, Lie Awake. I got David also in the studio with me. Don't go anywhere. We got some more talking to do, and we're going to play a little bit more music through his musical journey. So, Locals on Louie, brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern. Let's do it. .107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie, brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern. Of course, that was Jaded Thorns and their song Lie Awake. I've got David also in the studio with me right now that was a part of Jaded Thorns. And how far back are we going with Jaded Thorns?
Well, Jaded Thorns was like 99 to 05.
Gotcha. And so what happened after that?
Well, after that, I went on a journey out to the West Coast. I ended up traveling across the country.
What made you do that?
Well, that's going to be the next song we're going to play. That was my ex-wife, actually.
All right. I take it that's going to be the Dead and Gone song.
That's Dead and Gone, yeah. So I had a very contemptuous relationship with my second wife. And one day, we were just having it out. And she looked at me. And she just looked me dead in the eye and said, "You know what? It's a good thing we never had a gun in this house because I'd have shot you a long time ago."
That sounds like a song, man.
Yeah, that is just totally a song. I kind of looked at her and I was like, "Really? Okay, all right." And about 30 days later, I was on the road.
So what made you go to, did you go to California, you said?
Went out to California,
What made you decide to go? Had you been out there before?
Just a little bit, but I had some relatives out there, and I knew that actually this guy, Ryan Hahn, that I'd worked with on the record label was out there, and just thought, you know what, I'm going to just head out that way and see what happens.
What happened when you got there?
A whole lot of crazy stuff, actually. I mean, I ended up...
Is there a big cultural change from New York to California?
Well, yeah. I mean, like here I am coming from Western New York, and when people hear me say New York, they're thinking New York City, but no. I mean, I come from a little town.
Okay.
Like 3 stoplights in the whole town.
Okay.
And, like... I'm here. I am in San Francisco driving to work to go to work for my uncle, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, look, there's a street fair going on, and yeah, that's cool. I'll check that out after work." And then as I get closer and start passing by, I see that they got the street, blocked off, and there's literally a guy on a rack wearing nothing but a pair of buttless chaps, okay, and another guy in a leather outfit whipping him in the middle of the street. It's called the Folsom Street Fair, and I was not prepared.
So you saw that just driving down the road.
You're not in Kansas anymore, my friend.
For real, I hear you, man. California, you gotta love them. So what was the first musical endeavor that happened in California?
Well, really, that's Ryan Hahn again. Ryan had long before that had gone out there to kind of pursue his own thing, and
where's he from?
Well, Ryan's from Lawrenceburg. I guess
Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I skipped over that. When I had my record label, I signed a band from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, called Poor Man's Riches.
Gotcha.
And there was this kid in that band who was obviously a rock star right then and there at 17 years old.
Okay.
And these guys just were really all over it, and can't believe actually to this day that they didn't blow up. Really.
Yeah.
But
so that was Ryan's band.
Yeah, absolutely. And he ended up, going off to do his own thing, and we released him from his deal and everything so he could go do his thing. And years later, the two of us reconnected out there, and he had started writing some songs that were like something a little different. It wasn't heavy rock anymore. It was this like mandolin and like this kind of soulful, subject matter that he was coming up with. It just really was just grabbing me.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we started working together, and we've been doing it now for a little while.
What's a little while?
I'm going to say now it's been at least 6 or 8 years that he and I have been working on stuff together. But whether it just be like sitting out on the patio, maybe doing a bluegrass version of like Radioactive or some song off the radio. Yeah. Whatever it might be, we've been jamming together for a while now. So
the one we're getting ready to play, the Dead and Gone. Tell me about how this was recorded. You said Ryan's actually on this, right?
Yeah. Basically, we spent a lot of sleepless nights in his little apartment in Hollywood, just sitting there with a little outfit, doing Pro Tools and a little microphone, recording stuff. And so this was literally recorded in a living room. It's all me. Everything you hear is me except for the slide guitar, which is Ryan Hahn.
So this is a home recording.
This is a home recording.
And now, was this one of the first recordings you did when you got to California? You said this song was kind of based on your move.
Oh, for sure. This was the first song I wrote after a long dry spell.
I got you.
After that move, I didn't pick up my guitar for like a year.
Oh, okay.
And just didn't feel the inspiration. And then one day I picked it up and I wrote this song. And it's just a recount of what happened between me and my ex and what led me to be out on the road and eventually end up in California.
Now, is this one available?
This one is not available except for you can get it on SoundCloud and wherever.
Okay, I got you. Let's do it right now. This is David Also and his song Dead and Gone. You're listening to 107.3 The Point, Locals Only with Louie, brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern.
1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on moving. Well, take me
107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie, brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern. That was David also in his song Dead and Gone with Ryan Hahn on slide guitar. So we left off about you made it out to California and met back up with Ryan. When did the Ryan Hahn, the Believers, start happening?
Well, you know what? There's some disagreement about what that actually is. I would say that the first Ryan Hahn the Believer song he released on MySpace. Okay, I'll take you back a little bit. While I was on my way traveling across the country, he had this song that he put out called "Not Enough to Believe," and it was just something he recorded by himself on his laptop, with a microphone right on the laptop. But it's something about it just really grabbed me, and gradually we started hanging out together more. And I'm going to say that really, at least for 6 years, this has been like a real thing. It's been we've been trying to get the right people together, which took a while. Trying to find people that would really believe in Ryan's music, and that's really, the band is called Ryan Hahn and the Believers. And that's what it really comes down to, is like trying to find a group of people that really believe in this music.
Yeah, I got you.
Sure.
And so you guys have been doing some touring and stuff like that as well, right?
Well, really limited to the area around L.A.
We played the Whiskey, right?
We played the Whiskey.
What was that like?
Oh, it was crazy. We just did a sold-out show at the Whiskey, opened up for Robbie Krieger, the guitar player from The Doors. There's some crazy stuff that's starting to happen with that. Robbie works with another guy named Michael Dumas, who basically discovered and has produced all of Dwight Yoakam's records.
That's awesome, man.
That's we're working with them out there, and it's just been really great and exciting.
Was that the first time you all played the Whiskey?
That was the first time that Ryan Hahn and the Believers played the Whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That is like a bucket list thing right there, man, to get to play the Whiskey Go-Go in L.A., yeah. So what is the plan? Do you all plan on doing some tour? Let's talk about the release, actually. Right. You've got the release. What's the name of it? I don't have it in front of me. I can't.
Farmer's Son is the name of the EP.
Son.
Yep.
Now, is this something you all just put out yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely.
You did it the old school way, the way you've been doing it.
For sure.
And how did the writing and everything come about? How does it? You said a lot of this is Ryan Hahn, his music as well. So how does it? How does the writing work with you guys?
Well, with Ryan Hahn the Believers, it's primarily his vision. So Ryan is just a super excellent songwriter and just an amazing guitar player. But Ryan will bring a song to the group. Usually it's mostly finished, and then we'll all, jump on it together and work on it. But these are really Ryan's songs and Ryan's vision that's really happening.
And you play guitar and harp on.
I play guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar. I play harmonica, play a little bit of mandolin. I don't advertise myself as a mandolin player. There's some folks out there that play a whole lot better than I do.
I got you.
But I can pick it up and make a sound that's all right.
So who was your influences playing guitar and mandolin? I mean, not mandolin, but harmonica.
Well, for sure. I mean, I definitely... listened to Carlos Santana when I was a kid.
I got you.
Definitely Zeppelin. AC/DC, all that, like pretty in the pocket, old school rock and roll.
Yeah. And what about harp? Who's some of your influences?
Man, there's a dude named Daryl Mansfield who just blows me away. This guy, if you haven't heard of him,
I'm not sure it is, but check it out.
He's one of these old school cats, and he has like big belts around with all these different harmonicas and stuff in these belts, and he pulls them out and switches from one to the other. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Phenomenal. And, of course, John Popper. Of course.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So what is the plan going forward in 2020 with Ryan Hahn and the Believers?
Well, we're working on some new stuff. We got some new music and some older music that hasn't been properly recorded yet. So that's all being worked on right now. We're working in the studio with Michael Dumas and working on putting together a whole new project, and then we're going to see where that takes us to.
And the CD or the EP is available now. You can get it pretty much on all platforms.
Absolutely, yeah. And Spotify, Apple Music. Everywhere.
And you got the physical copies as well. And it is called, you said Farmer's Son.
Farmer's Son, yeah.
And so there you go. Ryan is actually from Kentucky. David went to rehab in Kentucky and stayed. There's the bio right there. That's the bio. So do you got any shows coming up you want to talk about? Anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So the other guy that's in the band is also from the Lawrenceburg, Frankfurt area, is our drummer, John Baker. And he and Ryan are coming back for a Christmas holiday, and so we figured it'd be a good time to do our third annual Christmas concert. It's going to be this year in Lawrenceburg at the place called the Bourbon on Main in Lawrenceburg on the 21st of December. It's a Saturday.
Cool. So you guys are going to headline the show?
Yeah.
And all that?
We'll be rocking it hard.
All right. And what was the date again on that?
That is December 21st.
December 21st.
Saturday night.
You can find out more about Ryan Hahn and the Believers, obviously, on social networks. So definitely do that. We're going to go into a song right now, Ryan Hahn and the Believers. The song is Trouble. David, I appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you getting off the road from 10 hours and coming in here and doing this interview.
You're the man.
and I appreciate you playing the Wednesday night showcase because you played, and one of my buddies, Mike Siegel, he's one of those guys you can tell is legit. So that's cool.
Man.
All right, let's go into it right now. This is Ryan Hahn, the Believers. You're listening to 107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie.
Floating high in the air, there's nothing left of the world I left down there. Heaven's a place inside that only you can help me find, so let's give it a try. Oh. We're gonna face the world hand in hand. Never met someone who could understand my heart, my complicated and sometimes jaded heart. As I drown, I hear all the things you said. Hell is a place inside, and only you can help me put it behind. We're gonna face the world hand in hand. Never met someone who could understand my heart, my complicated and sometimes jaded heart. from all of this trouble I need. It's a little bit of trouble I see. So lately, I know it's been a little crazy. It's all of this mediocrity. It's like I'm in a little trouble. So
.107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie. That was Ryan Hahn and the Believers in their song Trouble. I'd like to thank David also for joining me in the studio with me. And man, coming right in here after a 10-hour trip from New York. That's pretty awesome. And like I said, he did play a Wednesday night a little while back and he killed it. So looking forward, maybe we'll get Ryan Hahn in here soon to do a little bit of talking as well. Let me tell you, Locals Only Sunday nights at 8 p.m. is brought to you by Bourbon Barrel Tavern in downtown Etown. Catch the show at 8 p.m. every Sunday night right here on The Point. Catch live local music every Wednesday night at BBT as well for the Splatter Tribe original music. I said the Splatter Tribe original music. I said the Splatter Tribe Wednesday night original music showcase. Locals only with Louie, fueled by Bourbon Barrel Tavern. Take a short break. Be right back.
Meet your friends for a great time at the Bourbon Barrel Tavern, downtown Elizabethtown, home of the SplatterTribe Wednesday night Locals Only Showcase. On Monday nights, it's open mic night, and the Bourbon Barrel features live music every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Are you into craft beers? The Bourbon Barrel features over 28 craft beers and over 400 bourbon selections. Come on downtown to the Bourbon Barrel Tavern tonight, located in downtown Elizabethtown, where there's always a good time waiting for you.
no reason, I'm not alone.
107.3 The Point, locals only with Louie. That was Lethean with Scream, Dream, and Bleed. I had Michael Lyons and Lethean in the studio with me last week. And you can, if you missed that interview, I was late posting it this week. I usually try to post all these on the following Monday, but this week just got away from me. It was one thing after another, let me tell you. So I finally got it posted yesterday, and I hate that it took so long to get it posted because Lethean I had Michael on there talking about the new album. I also had David Salisbury from the New Beginnings Foundation talking about some ways you can help them up and help them out in the upcoming weeks. So I'd like for you to check that episode out if you can, because it's like I said, I was late posting it. And the New Beginnings Foundation has got several things starting even this week that they can use help with. And of course, they are here for foster children. And the Lethean EP is available as well. So that's why I play the Lethean. All right. It is that time in the show I like to call Click It, Pick It, Play It. Before that, I'm going to tell you, this Wednesday night at Bourbon Barrel Tavern, we return. We were out last week because of the pre-Thanksgiving night show, or the Thanksgiving night blast at, the party that Bourbon Barrel has. We're going to return this week, and we're going to return with That's What She Said. We're going to return. I don't have the whole lineup yet, but we're going to return with That's What She Said, and Rob B. Strange will be performing as well. So we'll add one more to it. I will tell you tomorrow on Facebook who it is, but expect That's What She Said and Rob B. Strange there this Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Bourbon Barrel Tavern. All right, like I said, it's part of the show I like to call Click It, Pick It, Play It. What does that mean? I got this gigantic database. I randomly pick a song, basically, and I'm going to do it right now. Let's do it. I'm scrolling. I'm going to click it. My eyes are closed. Now they're open. I picked it. And now I play it.
If you wanna come to my house, you have to travel far, past the stripped out trailers with dogs still in the yard. Watch the hairpin corners, easy, take it slow. Double check the railroad tracks before you go across, where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away. Crickets sing the nighttime, city lights long gone, hundreds of people there every day. I needed a place to run to where I can gather time. I'm not getting younger anyway. Where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away, where the lines fade away. Come on over to my house. Come on over the plate. The price we pay for quiet, the rules are different. Yeah. they'll shoot your dog. She gets in the way.
Hey, yeah.
The neighbor down the creek from me. Oh, this boy's got another black eye this week. It's blurry between right and wrong, but still we stay where the lines fade away. 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 Ooh, where the lines fade away. Where the lines fade away. Ooh.
107.3 The Point, locals only with Luie. That was the Click It, Pick It, Play It song of the week. That was 3 on the Floor, When the Lines Fade Away. And that's it for this week. I am out of time. I'm going to play one more song here in just a minute, just for the holiday spirits. But let me tell y'all, listen, Wednesday night, we're going to have Rob B. Strange. We're going to have That's What She Said. And we're going to add one more act. So come out Wednesday night, hang out with us at Bourbon Barrel Tavern. It is a good time. We had a really good crowd last time we were there. So come on out, hang with us on a Wednesday night, hump day night. Come out. Have a drink, warm up. You don't have to drink, but, have a drink and warm up. All right. I'm going to tell you what I tell you every week. Support local music, support local art, support local business. Take care of yourselves from the ground up, and the sky will never be the limit. You do that by supporting yourselves. You support yourselves by supporting local. Don't forget, every episode I do right here is on Locals Only with Luie on Facebook or Locals Only with Luie on YouTube. I will see you all Wednesday night. And I will be right back here next Sunday night. All right, let's do it. I'm out.